So after Tia Mowry went on the Chris GQ Perry show and reminisced about how her husband used to court her, check out the video on that if you ain't seen it, and how she wants these new dudes to stop acting like they the prize and court her like her husband used to. And she got mad that everybody was like, yeah, we told you. We told you the grass was not greener on the other side. Like she could have probably tried to work it out with her husband instead of jumping in the dating market and try to make these new guys who have options do the things that your husband was already doing for you. You know what I'm saying? But she got mad, and this was her response to all of this hoopla after putting her business out there. Let's go to Reva TV for the video.
So in her clapback, okay, let me tell you what Tia said. She said, "A word from me, since narratives are being made without my consent. Hear it here and only here. Just because the dating life is complicated doesn't mean I'm going to go back to something that no longer served me. That's like implementing if I don't book an audition or a part as an actor right away, I'm going to give up on my dreams. Please just stop. I ain't that weak. Please move on because I have thank you next," right?
We can't tell because you keep talking about this. Like your husband ain't said nothing about this since it happened. And as far as needing your consent for us to speak on this, no one needs your permission to have an opinion or speculate on a relationship that you made public. You went on this divorce tour talking about this, how you graduated from your husband and all that. We don't need your permission to have an opinion on it, right? And even if you didn't make this public, like speculation is still something that's allowed in media as long as you're not slanderous in the process of doing so. Like we speculate on NFL players and NBA players trades and this, that, and other all the time. We don't know what's true about where they're going and where they're not going, but we're allowed to speculate. Like this is the internet. We're like, come on, Tia. And so she says she's not going to stop dating to go back to something that no longer serves her, referring to her husband. And I'm like, well, it seems like it served you for so many years because she said out of her mouth that it was a successful marriage. She just graduated from it. And it's like, well, for one, it's supposed to serve you and him. Like you're supposed to do for him as he is supposed to do for you. That's how a marriage works. I'm not married, but I think I know that part of it, right? And furthermore, it just seems like you're just not happy, or she will never be happy. It's like once she reaches the thing that she's been dreaming of, she's going to be looking next like, well, I don't want this no more. I want that. And it's like, that's what she made the analogy as far as her booking an acting job. Well, just because she doesn't book a gig right away doesn't mean she's going to stop dreaming. Well, okay, you got one of the dreams that you wanted in your husband and kids and the family and beautiful and all that successful. And then you said, I don't want this dream anymore. I need something else. I need another dream. And it's like, well, at what point is the dream going to be enough once you obtain it? It seems like you're probably never going to be happy. And some of her anger shows right here as she responded to one of the ladies in the comments. Let's go back to Reva.
So this woman said, "That's a lot to say, especially at 6 a.m. I would never address this publicly, and I know we all handle things in our own way, but God dog, I would be too focused on my life and my kids to comment on my ex-husband / their father." Tia clapped back again. She said, "Boo-boo, I'm in Europe traveling the world, so it ain't 6 a.m. Also, you ain't me either, so I think it's best to stop projecting your life onto mine. Focus on you, not me next." Listen, first of all, before I respond, Tia, who you mad at? Like, who you mad at? Who specifically made you this upset that now the people who are commenting with their own opinions, you posted something on social media. There are people who love you and who are still going to say, hey, I love you, but I don't understand why you're responding to this, and I don't understand why you're doing this. And you are clapping back at your fan base. Boo-boo, you ain't me, do you? Like, why are you so angry?
Reva said it best. It's like she turning on her loyal fans that have been following her from day one and this, that, and the other. And it's like, who are you mad at? Why are you mad at them? You understand what I'm saying? With the boo-boo and all of that, right? Why are you getting saucy with the fans that have been supporting you all this time? Everybody's not going to agree with you. I was just talking about this with the Joe Budden and the Drake thing. It's like everything with celebrities is all good until somebody don't agree with you. And of course, y'all don't have to agree, but it's like, listen, Tia, I'm not watching you every day trying to see what you're doing and this, that, and other, but it comes up in this field that of things that I talk about, right? But you do have a loyal base of a lot of women that watch you and want to see what you're doing. And everything's all good as long as they're clapping you up on The View for being courageous and graduating from your marriage. But as soon as a few of them sisters is like, well, we are fans of you. We've been watching you. We want you to succeed. But this looks bad. I don't think you should do this. Because when people disagree with you and tell you what they really think, that's them not being a yes man. So that's really them caring for you and really them loving you, but displaying it in the real way. So it's like, who's your homegirl really? The one who gonna tell you you look good and everything is straight? Or the one who gonna tell you got a big booger in your nose? Like, girl, you got a big booger in your nose. The one that don't really care for you is just, oh, you look fabulous. Everything's good. Are you sure? Yeah, everything's good. So it's like, who are you? Why are you so mad? Listen, I want the best for Tia and her family, whether they together. I wish they would have stayed together, but whether they together or not, I still hope they can co-parent and be a great family in that way. But unfortunately, it's like Tia's name comes up normally in these topics because she's always publicly discussing something in their relationship that makes them look goofy. And so I speak on it to like hope that you would hear it in a good way. Like, come on, I was young. I remember watching Sister with you and Roger and all. You know what I'm saying? You and your sisters in it. Come on, like you're a beautiful black woman. You married a wonderful dude. Y'all had wonderful kids together. Like, come on, we're rooting for you to succeed. But because we have an opposition in the point that we're trying to make to you, doesn't make us enemies. But that's how you take it, because y'all have this syndrome, as I said I think it was the Joe Budden video, Joe Budden and Drake. Joe Budden is like, listen, man, if I ain't heard from you in 5 years that I've been bigging you up, I don't want to hear from you the one time I say something in critique of you. And unfortunately, Drake did debate on that. Like, he's missed all the time that he was being praised. But the one time somebody's like, and then the funny thing is, Joe said he liked the album. But just because he heard the critique, he just went in on Joe, you this and you that. And that's you right now with the boo-boo and all of that. And the clapback, thank you, next, all that. Come on, like that ain't needed. Like, those are the same women that probably have been bigging you up and clapping you up for years. Like, don't disagree with them in a snooty way because they said something you don't necessarily agree with. It's like, who do you want in your ear? Because everything will be all good. And you rolling, you this, that, and other. And then you'll slowly start like doing goofy stuff that just ain't it. Like, do you want the people to let you just keep veering off the road? Or do you want somebody to tell you like, hey, I mean, it is what it is. You made the decision. You left your husband. That's fine. But do you want somebody real that's going to tell you, yeah, you might have made that decision, but I still think it was a goofy move. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's how they feel, that's how they feel. But I think you need to be more appreciative. I think we all need to be more appreciative of people that kind of speak to correct us or speak against what we think is they should always agree with. You know what I'm saying? At least you have some opposition in your life. And listen, I'm not one who likes to be wrong either. Like, I debate a lot, so I get it, but after it's been times where I didn't want to be wrong, or if I was losing an argument, this, that, another, that's cool. But then you have a little time to marinate on it. And you're like, well, they wasn't that wrong with what they was trying to say. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's nothing wrong with that part of the whole situation. So I'm just saying to you, take a minute and just listen to what some of the people are saying. The least you can do is listen to your fans that have been following you every day on your page and not get all saucy with them when they say something that you don't agree with. But it's your boy P Camp. We all a work in progress. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.